minute, don't know. Got a minute of your time. Got a minute of your.
I sure gotta live right, and I'm never gonna let you out of my sight. I've been up north, was a nice try, but I guess I get to keep my head on this time. God of the creation, the relations I've got, the only one that keeps me safe, the only one you should trust. For sure, it ain't right that I have checked the speck of dust from all of its sides. Fall down, that from my height, cause I didn't see the plank I have in my eye. Sad when no one's to be found. What keeps you eased out? What takes you off your mind? Guess you want this, I want this. Everybody in this, we should have it. Stop illusions, it's in your hands. Show yourself, reveal it to them. Take the time to recognize it. You won't leave me even.
Hi.
How are you, people?
Welcome to our podcast From Vision to Success.
I just spat right all over the place.
There's always some type of sound bodily.
So yesterday I was telling a story. Like,
can we do the intro first? Can you put a pin on it?
It reminded me of my spinning.
Let's put a pin on it. So welcome to our podcast From Vision to Success.
Vision to success, people.
Where we talk about all things from the very beginning of a goal.
The beginnings,
to
the
middle.
origins, the genesis.
The genesis. The middle.
And to the middle, to the climax.
And hopefully to the completion of your goal.
To the revelation, to the end, to the apocalyptics.
We came off a very spiritual weekend, so
yes.
there's a lot of big words coming out of your mouth.
I'm just throwing things out there and just seeing what catches. Just like...
Is anything sticking? Like spaghetti to a wall? Everything's just falling down?
So yesterday we were... So in our faith, every 6 months, there's something called General Conference, where it's 5 sessions, 2 hours each session.
10 hours. 10 hours of church.
10 hours of church on a weekend, right?
Yeah.
3 sessions on Saturdays and 2 sessions on Sundays. And then there's 2 hours per session, and there's a 2-hour break in between each session, right? And so families just gather together and we just watch talks, right? Just spiritual talks on, personal growth and spiritual growth. Anyways, long story short, I don't know what we were talking about, but I had my whole family gathered and I'm like dropping like doctrine, I'm teaching them and whatever, and everybody's like feeding off of my aura, and I'm like whatever, and all of a sudden like something came out and it landed like right on Tegan. And so sweet Tegan, she was like tried to like, no, she didn't move, and she didn't just like she was like, like kept her composure, and she's like whatever, just powered through whatever was on her face and whatever, and then it happened again.
Did she say something then?
And then she was like, can you stop that? She goes, it's really hard to pay attention when you got stuff flying out of your mouth. So I'm like, I'm sorry. Oh, you know what? It was Doritos. Too. It was Doritos.
Ew. He's like stuffing his face. This man loves a good Dorito. Like a full Costco-sized bag of Doritos.
I don't know what it is about Doritos, but I am addicted to Doritos. It is my childhood dream.
Your childhood in a bag.
Yeah, I have fond memories of Doritos.
What's your favorite Dorito?
So
do you have a favorite one?
Yeah. It depends, and also depends on the situation.
Okay.
If I'm watching a good movie,
okay,
it is it switches between Cool Ranch and cheese.
Okay.
Right. It depends on the mood I'm in.
What if you're upset? What do you like to eat then?
If I'm upset?
Yeah, a Dorito for when you're feeling down.
Oh.
What would you eat?
Oh, the cheese.
The cheese, that would be your like...
The cheese, that's my go-to. And then if I'm on the road and if I have a drink beside me, then it's zesty.
You need zesty.
There's just something about a zesty Dorito chip that I just like... I go to town. And then I've tried all the other ones, whatever, and the one that came close one time was like guac.
I don't think I've ever had that one.
Guac and lime. That was pretty good. And then I grew up with like eating Doritos and watching the Dorito commercials.
I remember those. Yes, I remember those.
They were the coveted commercials. Everybody was trying to live up to a Dorito commercial.
Those were good commercials. That and the Pepsi ones, like all the junk food ones.
Yeah, I don't remember much about Pepsi.
I remember a Pepsi one.
I remember like this guy. They were in the office. And he was eating Doritos and like, oh, whose Doritos are those? And the guy's like, they're Tom's. So like, put them away. And then the camera pans and then Tom's like in a Dorito bag. He's like, ah! And he throws a Dorito like a ninja chip, and then it's just like and it lands on the guy's neck. And fond memories. I love myself a good Dorito.
That's good.
And they're high in protein.
Are they? I doubt it. I seriously doubt it.
If you have a bag, an entire Costco bag, it's like 11 grams of protein.
Hey, there we go, right? For like 20,000 calories.
It does not matter.
But it has 11
It
grams
has 11 grams of protein.
Building your muscles right there.
This is why my girth has come through.
That's so funny. So tell me, do you guys have any like general conference traditions that you guys do?
We flip-flopped.
Okay.
A couple of whatever. One that's been able to has tested the test of time is a massive brunch, and we invite people over. But like we're
I didn't get my invite. What happened?
There's a reason why, because we invite people that we like, and so it was.
You know what? I'm
What is
done.
it?
I'm done with you.
Where are you going?
I told
Where are you gonna
them
go?
today.
Where are you gonna go?
I have come to realize we might have a little bit of a toxic relationship here.
It was harsh, but I didn't mean to come out harsh. Go.
Last week, I showed up and he's like, "You're here? Why are you here?"
I didn't say that. I'm like, oh wow, you're here. I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't think we were filming.
I don't know why he didn't think I was filming, and then I felt bad because I'm like, is it me?
'Cause
I'm
you
like,
always
am I
flop.
flaking out? But I was thinking about it, and I'm like, anytime I can't come in, I message you, and it's never that I don't come in because I don't want to. It's because
Sure.
something's going on, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Always.
so then what happens this week? Last night I'm like thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, let me message him. Let me make sure that he knows. So I messaged him like, hey, like, are we on for tomorrow? Nothing. And I'm like, okay, this guy goes to bed pretty early. So I was like, whatever. This morning, nothing. He gets up at like 2, 3, 4 in the morning. So
3.
he gets up
Yeah.
super early.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I'm like, he must have seen this. 8:30, nothing. I'm like, all right. I'm like, you know what? Let me message him again. So I message him again. Nothing. I show up and I message him again. Nothing. So I walk in and he's like, oh, you're here. I'm like, yes, I am here after 3 text messages. So then I proceed to tell him, if you don't answer me, I'm cutting you off because you do not answer. This man does not answer text messages.
Okay, whatever.
Anyway, so then, what did you say to me?
Then I'm like, where are you gonna go? See what happens. So it did.
He's like, calling your bluff. See what happens. I was like...
So I didn't even say call your bluff. I said that afterwards to try and rectify. So what I meant to say, I know that it sounded like I'm gonna tie you in the basement with chains and a guard dog, like see what happens, right? But it didn't. I didn't mean it to come out like that.
See what happens.
I'm like, where are you gonna go? See what happens.
I'm like, all right, I think we reached a little bit of toxicity.
Even saying it right now, it's like I would not want to hang around me. That's. So I did
Anyway.
apologize because I did not want it to come out like that. I meant to say that I was calling her bluff. See what happens. Like I don't believe you. That's what I meant to say.
But the way you said, see what happens. I was like,
Where are you gonna go? See what?
it's all right. We have reached a new level in our friendship, twinship,
Yeah.
siblingship that we have going on.
Yeah.
We have reached a level of threats. I wasn't sure we were gonna get here, but I guess we did.
Where are you gonna go? One of you go up to your partner and just be like, "Where are you gonna go? See what happens.
Oh my god.
See how that turns out."
Let us know. Let us know what happens.
Yeah, let us know. Send us a message. Yeah. If we have to bail you out for something, I won't do it. But the tradition is we normally have a brunch, like a massive brunch. We're talking about like the covenant thing is the cinnamon rolls.
Coveted.
Not, what did I say?
Covenant.
No, coveted. Coveted.
Coveted, yeah.
The thing that people want the most
Yeah.
is these cinnamon rolls. And so they make like, Tegan and her mom, they make like 5 batches of like big pans
Yeah.
of whatever cinnamon rolls. And then there's like eggs, bacon, palmille bacon, croissants, fresh baked croissants.
Yeah.
Like it's a big thing. Like you have so much that the fact that you're not even hungry for dinner. Like you're done. Like you're eating around 10:30, 11, right before the first session on Sunday. And then yeah, you're done for the day. You're
like a one meal kind of day.
lethargy. Oh, and it's one of these things because you eat so much, you are literally falling asleep in the middle of the first.
So that might be a little bit of not so good family tradition.
I know. We used to have was bingo. That was fun. The kids loved that one.
Yeah,
So
that's what we do with our kids.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but it was, so it was bingo, and then you trade however many you find for money.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, and then tokens.
Okay.
And then on the countertop we have like a display of candies and Doritos and just Jolly Rancher.
and then you go and get your
And then based on how many, and then everything has a value.
yeah. So I know I see people saying like, how can you get kids engaged in watching General Conference? I honestly do it through junk food too. Well, like I do it through treats and stuff like that. And then we have things like bingo, we have things like coloring sheets and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But I have to say that this is the first time that my kids all sat through majority of the sessions. Raquel made it through all. So did Jesse. My 2 little ones didn't to the last 2. They all fell asleep. But yeah.
It's hard. It's 10 hours.
Yeah. My little one, I'm so proud of her. She actually wrote down summaries of like what she thought that the speaker said for 5 talks.
Oh, wow.
I know. I'm like, dang, at 8 years old, I was not doing that.
So Ulysses says here, the show I've been waiting to see. I thought someone got canceled.
No,
Bro,
we're still here.
I thought so too. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we've been close.
Very close. But you know what? Free speech, man.
Yeah, people don't believe it.
I know.
This whole thing about free speech, I'm telling you right now.
It's free speech as long as you align with what I'm saying.
Yes.
Right? If
Yes,
you align with what I'm saying, 100%, you go and tell your truth. But
Yeah.
as soon as you're a little bit different, you're like, yeah, I don't see things that way. All of a sudden, you're not so keen on being heard.
Yeah, you're getting canceled and all these different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
But what was your biggest takeaway? Okay, with General
You know
Conference?
what? You know what? So, Kevin G. Brown.
Right? Okay, if
Bro.
you are not of our faith, I kid you not, this man, you will love the passion. I was like busy crying. Anyway, look him up.
It felt like a
YouTube.
revival.
Yes.
Like he was just up there and
I
I
know,
was like, he's
and the
gonna get
hands.
pulled. Yeah.
No, he was amazing. There was so much livelihood. Also, there was another general authority that was from Louisiana.
Yeah,
I can't remember
the
his
mission
name.
president guy about the recipe.
Yes, he was so good. He called it the recipe for joy, and he talked about jambalaya.
Yeah,
Oh my
jambalaya.
gosh, he was so good. And I also like Kevin Brown.
That's a guy. That's
No, a different guy. Or
No.
Kevin Johnson. Sorry.
Johnson.
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 Yeah, Kevin Johnson. And then the other one was something Brown. I can't remember.
So if you ever visit like one of our churches and stuff, or you happen to see one of our general conference, they're normally like
Very reverent.
Yeah, that's the word. Very reverent, very calm, very like passive. It's just very. It's not like in your face, loud or whatever. But then yesterday we had a speaker. Saturday we had a speaker, and Kevin G. Brown, and
So good.
I'm telling you, this guy, respectfully, like he was just like in your face.
Oh, it was so good.
In your face, and so we talked about him
Yeah.
afterwards, right? And it was the conviction.
Mm-hmm.
It was 2 things: the conviction and the supplication, the pleading to
Mm-hmm.
not let go of your testimony,
Yes.
and just in your face, like, don't do it. Don't let go. Try your hardest. Just hold on, and just like that pleading, that please. And I was like, oh my gosh. Anyways, we looked it up. Everybody's talking about him on
Yeah.
Facebook, and it has out of all the talks, it has the highest view count right now. So
Yeah.
it's up to 50,000, which is like blows all the other ones out of the water.
Yeah. Well, I saw him, like his stuff come up right away. Like there
Yeah.
was YouTube Shorts, there was on Instagram, there was like
Yeah.
all the social medias that I'm
Yeah.
in. It was like popping up.
Yeah.
So good. So if you're not a member of our faith, please look him up. I promise you that he will help you.
Yeah.
You don't have to be of our faith to receive guidance or
And that's true. Like, not to interrupt, but that's true. Like, it's if you watch this, it just talks about testimony
yeah.
towards Christ. So whatever faith that you follow, like there is an attack. And I hate to use the word attack on Christianity, because I don't believe.
There is an attack. Come on. That's the right word to say.
Yeah, But yeah, okay, yeah.
There-
So yeah. So there's somewhat of an attack on
There's
Christianity.
attack, not just Christianity. Okay, so there's attack in faith.
Faith,
Like faith's
Follow-
overall, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, faith and follow, because even there's attacks on Muslims and the attack
Yes,
of like
Jewish, like
Jewish,
any organized religion, there's
Yeah.
an attack on it,
yeah.
right?
So attack on faith. So I think
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with that. So there's an attack on faith. So with this guy, what he's pleading, Kevin G. Brown, he was just pleading to hold on to your testimony.
Yeah.
Just do not let go. Keep the faith. And so that really, really hit me hard.
My personal thing is that he talked about like testimony is an eternal testimony, right?
Because it comes from an eternal person.
I know.
I know.
And then he was like, "If you know, you know." And I'm like, "I know." I love it so
He was
much.
dropping Biggie lines.
Listen,
If you know, you know.
if you know, you know. So please, you gotta check him out. Oh my gosh, so good. But I
That's
agree.
hilarious.
I love what John also said that he likes Kevin Johnson. Yes. You know what
Don't call it.
Ke-
Come back. Don't call it.
they come to call it. Kevin Johnson, another great testimony, great talk. One of the things that I really appreciated about this general conference, and I think we're seeing a shift a little bit in how we give our talks, is how much vulnerability there is.
Yeah.
How much sharing of like, yeah, you may think that like everything was so easy for me, but this is what I went through.
Yeah.
And Kevin Johnson dropped it. Like he talked about his struggles when he was a missionary, and he found out
Yeah.
that section of our like religion where it was a little bit dark, and how he dealt with it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. I was crying. I'm like,
Yeah.
honestly. So if you are not a member of our faith, feel free to go and peruse through those general conference talks. I promise you, they are incredible. They are faith-based. They talk about being a peacemaker,
Yeah.
how to build bridges and lift anybody up. My other favorite theme that I gather from it is the fact that sometimes we're so busy trying to help people that we give advice first instead of comforting and love first. Right? In order to help someone, they're always the first step is comfort and love. And it totally makes sense because when you're all up in your head, when you're heavy in your emotions, when people are telling you what to do, you're not listening. You're not capable of listening because your nervous system is riled up. You're just not feeling it. And you're all inward. But when you feel love and comfort, it allows your nervous systems to settle, and it gives you the clarity to face the trials that you may be facing, right?
They're not in the right headspace.
Yes, they got to check their energy.
You gotta.
If you don't know what that's referring to, this man has said those very same words to his wife.
Not in that context, but yeah.
Check your energy.
I did not say that.
Anyway, did you comfort and love before you said those things?
Yes.
In your way. There was another talk that said ensure that you give service in the way that it's needed
What?
by the other person.
Why are you here? Why are you here?
Oh my gosh. I love what Jonathan said. I promise anyone not of the faith, y'all need temple, not Tinder. Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. So it was overall it was a good weekend.
Yes,
It
it
always
was so
feels like a
good.
long weekend on General Conference weekend.
It's a heavy spiritual weekend.
Yeah.
I find that by the end, I am exhausted. I'm like passing out, right?
Yeah.
But it's really great. It's really good. I look forward to reading back the conference docs.
Yeah. I study them out in the mornings and versus that and what do you call it? Listen to them on my way to appointments.
Yeah. This is what I started doing because I felt so overwhelmed with how many things I wanted to read and how much scripture I wanted in my life. So I started developing a habit of doing 5 minutes of general conference. So I was able to get through majority of the general conference from last, April, before we did this general conference.
When
and
you
it was
say
only
5 minutes, what do you mean? Like just read 5 minutes?
I
worth?
just read for 5 minutes.
Oh.
So what I do is I sit down, I have my 5 minute actions, right? I sit down, I put a timer on. Guys, timers life-changing. Anyway, I put my timer on. I kid you not. When you
Not
feel
$1
like you
million
don't want to...
timers.
Timers.
Not $1 million is life changing.
Listen, timers are amazing. Anyway,
not medicine towards the disease that you have.
don't worry about it. Anyway,
Timers.
so you put on your timer, whatever it is that you want to do, and if you don't have no motivation, it's even better to use it then. Anyway, so I put on my 5 minutes. I put on I like paper and pen, so I have a physical copy, and then I read it for 5 minutes. When my alarm goes off, I turn it off, and then I pick up where I left off. And that helped me to get through almost all the talks except 5 talks.
I do a talk a day. Oh, not a talk a day. Sorry, I do like a talk a week.
Yeah. With this method, I probably do maybe 3 talks a week. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like one of the things that I really
there's no cookie cutter program.
exactly.
Here,
You
right?
gotta figure out what works for you.
Yeah.
Stop interrupting me.
I'm complimenting. I'm agreeing. Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
So the big question of the day:
what's the big question?
beard or no beard?
I like the beard. I think you should keep the beard.
Really?
Yeah.
I was very close and just like
You should trim it though because I see it's like curl, like it's
No,
gonna curl into your
don't touch me.
mouth.
Don't touch me. No, don't touch me. So can you screw off?
Excuse me.
Don't stop touching me. So the I'm allergic to.
You should trim it though.
No, but I do. Like I haven't brushed it. So
Okay.
normally when it's brushed, like it's calmed down, right?
I thought you wanted to like grow it so it's like this nasty beard for the whole duration of the winter. Didn't you say that last week?
So my last thought my second last thought was shave it and then start letting it grow in November and then
Okay.
go through like the winter months.
What
Like
if you
the
do like
colder-
a crazy one where you just have it and then you have the handles here and just do it? Do some like weird. You should be in a van.
take in a white van. Hey, how are you?
Oh man.
So and then just let the beard grow. And then during the summer, because it does get uncomfortable when it's hot.
Yeah.
It is very uncomfortable when it's hot. And so it's like it curls up and pricks back into your skin.
I know
like-
because it's pretty coarse. Like I'm looking at it, and the way that you do that, it sounds like Velcro. So gross. Wax it and curl it. Yes.
So or like when I'm doing like when I'm out and about, like when I'm actually in public or before an appointment, like after I shower, I put like these oils and then a wax.
Mm-hmm.
And then I brush it and it calms down and it softens it. It feels nice. But then the oils sometimes like they start to shine and anyway, so long story short, beards, yeah. And so I don't know. And so yesterday I was like I gotta get rid. I don't know. I'm starting. There's always like an uncomfortable phase,
Yeah. And
And
you're
s-
in it right
and
now.
I'm in it right now. And so then I saw the tabernacle.
With the stashes.
Did you see those two?
Yes.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah, the one like with the dark glasses, right? Are
Oh,
you
I don't
talking?
know. I don't know. And I'm like a stash because you've never seen a tabernacle choir.
They've been there since last year, or since they started. I want to say for sure the last conference they had it because the same guy that my kids noticed, he was there. He has dark glasses and he has a stash.
Get a stash as well last year.
He had a stash last
Oh,
year.
anyway.
And he has like a dirty stash. Like it is so dirty in a good sense, I guess, if you have a stash, right?
Dirty stash.
But his is so thick. It's like perfect and thick and like there.
Yeah. And so I saw that and I'm like, oh man.
Yours is kind of sparse when it comes there.
Because I haven't brushed it, man. I haven't brushed it. Like just let it relax. It's still growing.
Walrus stash? We gotta look that one up. Jonathan says do a walrus stash.
I
I'm
think-
not going purchase a monocle. What is that?
Do you know the like a walrus? They have the 2 tusks. So just like 2 tusks of mustache and just like walk around.
That's so gross.
Hello.
Then you can talk about your stock portfolio and investments, John says.
Yeah. Anyways, so it was a good weekend though?
Yeah, it was a great weekend. I can't. Yeah, it's been a great weekend. I've been very organized this past 4 weeks, and I've accomplished a lot.
Oh, me too. I told you about it.
Yeah, you had like a big long day. So I realized that for me, I work better in the morning. So I have working hours between 5 and 1 to 2 p.m. and I get all my goals and everything.
When do you work out?
No, my working hours include my workout.
Oh.
So it's kind of like all the things that prep me in order to get highly focused time in the goals that I want to work towards. Like I'm writing a book right now, or I'm in the editing process of it right now. I know, guys, if you haven't followed me, you know how much I flaked out of this multiple times.
Multiple times. I
100%.
did not want to bring it up, but
Listen,
multiple
call
times.
it as it is. I have flaked out many times. I have said that I want to accomplish goals and then got overwhelmed by them many times. This time I have a plan though. I actually have a like a schedule with daily things that I need to do towards it, and then I check
With timers.
it out with timers. You know, I am a timer person.
Yeah.
Everything that I do, I use a timer.
Yeah, you finish. You see what happens. But anyways.
Anyway, so it was great.
Yeah, no, me too. This weekend last week was pretty awesome. So since June, May, June, all these emails that were whatever coming in. And so anyway, up until last week, Wednesday, Thursday, I had over 150 emails
Dang.
just sitting in my inbox. And
Staring at you?
Just like literally staring at me with proposals being, not submitted. Invoices hadn't been sent out. Just, it was a hot mess.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing this on my own. So I don't have an assistant anymore, right? And so then I was like, freak. And so then last Thursday, I didn't have any appointments. My car was in the shop again. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit down and I'm not going to leave my office until everything's done. I came out for like a pee break and just to grab like a cucumber to eat. And I came right back down afterwards. I came in around 7 a.m. And I did not leave my office until like around 9 o'clock at night.
Everything's done though.
All my emails got answered. Everything got pushed out. And so now I can start working on my taxes.
So I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
How are you going to avoid this happening again?
So as soon as they come in, I answer it and I delete it.
Your emails? So now you have like an email schedule time, or like you come in, you do emails, and then
No, as soon as they come in, I answer it right there on the spot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then what I noticed was that's how it got stocked up. Is that I was like, I'll do it later when I have time, or I'll do it tonight. But then tonight would hit and I would just want to spend time with the family, watch
Yeah.
a movie, relax. And so then those emails, those 10 emails that would come in, now they would be added upon the next day, the other 10. So now I have 20 emails.
Yeah.
So now in the morning when I wake up and I see them, I delete the ones that I don't need and I answer the ones that I have to. I put the next ones on to do. I came down here, I answer them, and then add them to my CRM and then send them out and then whatever, done.
That's awesome.
I just do them right away. So now I'm like, again, I got 2 emails in my account and yeah, that's it.
That's awesome.
So, but again, it's one of these things. Again, it's like when you hear our process, our minds work differently, right? And so, I think one of the worst advice that you can ever get is when you get an advice and they profess to tell you that this is going to work and this is what you need to do, and 9 times out of 10, it will not work because
I don't know if I agree with you.
100%.
No, I think if you are looking at someone and they are living the life that you want per se, right? And they have a system.
No,
I 100%.
I don't
no,
agree. I don't agree with that.
This is the thing. I do agree with the fact
I'll
that
tell
not
you why
all.
afterwards. Go ahead.
Okay. So I believe that if you are looking at someone, you're like, wow, like how does this person do X, Y, Z? Like I really want to do whatever this person is doing. And this person's willing to mentor you, to help you and whatnot. And they're telling you, hey, these are the tasks that I do. If you do them, they will work. However, if you don't take into consideration the things you got going on in your life and you can't do them, it's not going to work.
Okay. So here's my thing. People can give you a recipe for success, and then they tell you what you need to do, but I don't buy it into the how. I don't buy into the how.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
And I'll tell you why I don't buy into the how. Is because when I was working for a financial company, he would always be like this, and this is one of the things that we struggled with, is that he would always tell me, you gotta do this amount of appointments. You gotta work on the weekends. You know, like church.
Because he didn't align with your values.
But that's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
He was giving me a recipe of the steps that he took for success, and this guy was making $30,000 a month, right? And so he's like, "This is what I did, and so then therefore this is what you need to do." And so that was like, so the principle there was work hard, but the how, like work 7 days a week. Force my wife to come into the business and work beside me and just do all these different things. Like that's the how. And it's like, there's gotta be a different way. And so we broke that relationship. And it wasn't until like 5 years later that I met another guy that was working in the same business, financial business. And I said, and he asked me, he goes, do you want to come back and work in the finance department? I'm like, I don't want to. I'm like, I can't be giving up my, 7 days a week and my evenings without my family and working on Sunday. He goes, and he's like, who said that you have to do that? And I go, well, I used to work under this other guy in North York, and this is what he said. And goes, I've till this day, he goes, I've never worked on a weekend. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? And then he gave me his schedule. And I'm like, oh, shoot. I'm like, so that's when I realized, I'm like, there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Yep.
There's more than one way to do that. And so I was just like, so when somebody gives you a recipe, it has to align with your personality, your mentality, your emotional values. And when they tell you, if you don't do what I do, then you won't be successful, that's when I stop listening and I stop buying in.
I somewhat agree with what you said, because you do have to align with the person's values,
100%.
right? You have to make sure that you have to, and this is where clarity comes in, right?
Yeah.
And how you said, you need to figure out what it is that's going to work for you. Clarity comes in when you know your priorities and your values. For you, high priority faith, high priority family, right? So you need to find something that's going to align with that, and you'll be able to sort of have the how based on that, right? Same thing with me. I agree with you. There are certain things that people have shared with me that I'm like, that's not going to work for me, right? Now,
But it's worked for them.
It's worked for them.
100%.
Now, having said that, I often get a lot of people that reach out to me and say, hey, like, how are you doing X, Y, C? And I will share with them the things that I do that help me. And I know 100% that if they were to do them, it's going to work.
Yeah.
However, this is where the difference comes in, right? You also have to consider what their family situation is, right? The things that I do are based on the fact that now I have over 10 years of personal development experience. I have like 10 years of like try and figure out and fail and all that stuff, right? Trial and error during that time. So if you're willing to trust me in the things that I'm telling you, and you're willing to do the things that I'm telling you that are going to help you, you are 100% going to be able to attain XYZ that you're reaching out. But if you decide to be like, yeah, this is not going to work for me. Yeah, I don't want to do it that way. Yeah, then it's not going to work for you, right?
No, I agree.
So I'm like, I like, you do have to find someone that aligns with your values and that has the lifestyle.
The lifestyle. That's my key.
The lifestyle that you want. Because in the same way, I don't align with people who are like, you have to work 24 hours a day, you have to work 7 days a week, you have to do X, Y, C in order to get this, because I don't want that. I like, a high priority values for me are faith and family as well, right? So,
and this guy, no kids, living at home with his parents, right? Like, of course you can be on the weekend, every weekend and every evening, whatever. Meanwhile, you have a young husband, young family, young father.
That's why you have to look at people that have similar like lifestyle, right?
But here's the other thing is too, right? I also met people of similar lifestyle, young family, young husband, young wife, or young fathers, but they were willing to sacrifice their weekends and evenings to build a business. And so at that time, I could not give that up, especially with my kids being so young. And I wanted, as a father figure, I wanted to be present with them. And so I was like, I'm not willing to sacrifice that. And so they made me feel like, well, and it was that mentality, it was that thing that they kept saying, if you don't do what I do, then you won't be successful. I've been hearing that all my life. There's this other person in my life that kept saying, if I don't get an education, if I don't get a degree, then I'm not considered a man. I'm not considered a provider. I'm not considered a standing citizen in society. And I don't buy that. I don't buy that success is only, it's a monopoly thing. It's a cookie cutter and there's only one way to build it. Again, I don't. Anybody that wants to develop personally growth, my advice to them is listen to everybody. Listen to everybody. Listen to all the methods. There are hundreds and thousands. If you type in right now, personal growth, the first 1.6 million pages are on steps to how to personal growth. And so your job is to connect with the people around you that have kind of the life that you want.
That takes so much. I do agree with you, but I'm like, that also takes so much time.
But that's part of the development, though.
It is. But I also believe that if once you do find that trusted individual that you connect with, and this individual is giving you resources, it could fold the time for you.
So let me say this. Do you trust me? Hang on. Do you trust me?
Like you said, I do. I just
see what happens, right?
See what happens.
No, but
yeah,
do you trust me?
I do trust you, and you have given me advice. Right?
Hang on one second. No,
okay,
hang on. Let me finish.
Okay.
So do you trust me?
I do trust you.
Okay. Do you trust in my values?
Yes.
But you cannot live the workload that I work.
Yes, 100%.
Why?
Because you are different
Right.
than I am, right?
Right. So it's not that our priorities, because your priority is still family, so is
Yeah.
mine, right? But
But some of the things that you have said, I have used, right?
100%,
Yeah.
100%. But you can my daily schedule
No,
or
I
my
can't do
you
his
can't.
daily schedule. I can't do it.
You can't do my daily
There's
schedule. You can't work the workload. Not that you can't. Not that you're not capable of doing. Because
I think yes.
you're much stronger than I am in so many different ways, right? But
Oh, look at you trying to hold my hand.
I am
here.
not touching you, woman. No, get out of here. That's you. Yeah. So disgusting. So disgusting. I don't know where those hands have been. What I'm saying is
Excuse you. I probably wash my hands more often than you do.
true. But anyway.
Where have your hands been?
Oh yeah. So all I'm saying is that I am someone that you trust. I am someone that you value. I am someone that I am a confidant to you and stuff, and vice versa. But then even though we have these bridges that we've created and connected, there's no way that you will work the way that I work.
Yeah, true that.
And so aligning yourself with someone who you trust is not enough.
You do have to do your own work.
You
So I
have
do agree with that.
And like, again, when you go to school, you don't just take one class and then you walk out professing to be a master, an expert in that. You have to put in your 4 years, then an additional 2 years to become a master, then an additional 2 years to become a doctorate. For personal growth, it's gonna take time.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's gonna take time. It's gonna, you said it, you have 10 years of personal development to become who you are.
Yes.
So for somebody who's looking at changing their life, it's not going to come overnight, whether it's faith or whether it's emotional or whether it's physical growth. It's going to take time. And part of taking time, the work, is doing the research, hearing everybody what they have to say, and aligning yourself and then creating your own product.
So you have to follow the basics, though. There is the
100%,
basics.
100%.
And the basics is that you have to self-reflect.
Yes.
You have to do self-discovery.
You have to work.
Exactly. You have to put in the work, right? If you're not putting in the work, if you're not putting in the time, and the time doesn't have to be an insane amount. Like Miguel, he puts in an insane amount of hours in different things. And to me, I find that overwhelming in all honesty, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I hear you and I'm like, oh my gosh, if I have to do that is like, that feels like such a heavy burden to me, right? But that doesn't mean that I cannot progress. And I think that I allowed the thought of having to put in so much time like you do to almost paralyze me in fear, right? So then you're right, because I did kind of think about the processes and the things that you do, which is the how to, and then I was able to tweak it to fit me and my life and my lifestyle.
Exactly.
So yes, you know what? I'm gonna have to give it to. I think we're both right to a point, but I do think that it probably takes 60% more of his advice right now.
60.
60. I do believe that you do have to find someone. Don't follow people who you would not want to live their life.
Yeah,
Don't
number one.
follow their advice.
100%.
Never follow advice of somebody who has not done what you want to do. Right?
Yeah.
That's a given.
Yeah.
The second thing is that when you are listening to those who have done things before, I guess you take that information, you take the how, and then you figure out how it is that you could apply that. And if for you it seems not doable or overwhelming, then tweak it.
Yeah.
The principle is still there. I'm still working.
Yeah.
I'm just working in a different pace than you are,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Yeah,
100%. And it's like, for example,
smart man.
you got to put in 8 hours, let's just say. But for some people, they prefer to do those 8 hours first thing in the morning. They wake up at 3 in the morning. You put in the 8 hours and you're done for the day. Other people are like, you know what? Let me wake up a little bit later. Let me focus on fitness first, right? Let me do my scripture studies. Let me do this.
That's what, yeah.
And then let me work 6 hours here, and then I'll put an additional 4 hours later on. So I'm working more than 8, but then I'm splitting up my days. You're still going to be successful because you're putting in the work. You're adding additional stuff, whatever. But Tegan, I mean, in this household, Tegan wants the dishes done. Right?
There's a certain time in a certain way.
And she's like, you got to do it now. I'm like, okay, I'm doing something right now. I will get the dishes, or I'll get the kids to do the dishes right now, but it's not going to get done right now. Well, it's got to get done right now. I'm like, what's the difference if we do the dishes now versus if the dishes get done in an hour? So we're both right, because by doing the dishes, it gives her a peace of mind and it helps her relax and allows her to be more productive. Right? But we're also right because maybe we're busy doing something right now. We cannot get to the dishes, but it's going to get done. Not in the timeline that she wants it, but it's going to get done. So this is where compromise comes in, finding what fits for your family, finding what fits for you. What's your final product, right? And so it requires you to doing studies and listening and just going from there.
Yeah, it's true. Whatever you do, it requires work.
It is.
Yeah, you can't get around it. You can't. You know how online you find all these hacks to do this, hacks to do that. Hacks don't work because they don't like. I guess they could work to a certain like extent, but you need to have the depth of knowledge.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You need to have
That's
that.
it. That's it.
Yeah. See, I know. Anyway, but that's the thing. You can't just look something online. You can't just watch a reel and be like, okay, like I'm gonna do this. There needs to be the work that comes behind it, right? So, anyway, we're both right.
I'm right. 88. It's more of a 90.
I think we're more of like a 60. I'll give you 65. 65, 35. Because I do think that you do need to, if you follow people's advice that aligns to you and your lifestyle, it will
It's a good
fold that
starting
time.
point. Yeah.
And it will fold that time, right? Like I think about somebody who it took me 10 to 12 years to develop the routines and the things that I'm doing. It doesn't have to take you that long, right? Like I've done like trial and error and this is what works and this is what not. And so when people reach out to me, I'm like, hey, like I can cut that folding time and give you this advice.
So here's.
But that's only if they want it, right? It only works if they want it.
But here's the thing is, right? Your trial and error has made you the way that you are.
Yeah.
So
True.
that
You need your own trial and error.
You need your own trial and error for them to become the better versions of themselves.
Yeah.
And for that, everybody needs a trial and error. Everybody.
Yeah, true that.
Right? And so you know how you're doing a trial and error? It's because you've listened to other success stories and like, this works for me, this doesn't work for me. I'm going to change this and whatever. So when you give your success stories, you become a part of that ratio.
But
to
listen,
that person.
Yes, but there could be like for instance, let's say one of the things that I feel like it's been great and an advice that you gave me that I have definitely followed through and I see the impact of it because now we're like 5 years in.
Stop being a bully.
No, that's not. But I parent my kids very much like Miguel parents his.
Cool.
And it's based on like certain advice. I remember years ago when we were going out on double dates and you were talking about not giving your kids a phone for XYZ reason, right?
Yeah.
And I remember you talking about social media and all this stuff. And then I remember talking to Mike and I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's do that. So our kids don't have social media. And now we have like 4 years into it. And I see the difference. I see the difference in my kids. I see the difference with friends or like even their friends come and they come to the house, they have phones, and what are they doing in our house? They're busy on their phone, right? And I'm like,
yeah.
And so there are certain things that if you do adapt, they will bring success like that, right?
100%.
So anyway,
So
he's a great parent. Him and Tegan are great parents.
90-10. 90-10.
Relax. A 70-30. I don't know what this guy is saying, 90-10.
So today's topic has been self-care.
Yeah.
And so there were actually 2 points that we wanted to take. So this is our final chapter when it comes to self-care. We started this conversation 3 weeks ago, right? With, part 1, last week, part 2, and today being our last part. But we did incorporate 20 self-care conversational pieces. Maria wanted to talk about faith and self-care, which is what we've been doing in the beginning.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We talked about faith and how. Okay, let me ask you a question. What does that mean to you, like faith and self-care? When you read that sentence, faith and self-care.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So it's funny because, okay. So my priorities or my values has always been faith, family, business. Always. And I learned that when I was working for this financial company. Faith, family, business. And why don't you put family first? And I'm like, it's very scary when you put family over faith. Now I'm not talking about church, I'm talking about faith, meaning God or whatever you believe in. Because if I put faith first, the teachings there is to put family first, right? Versus if I go the other way around, if I put family first, faith may not come second. It may come third.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to go to church today because we're going to go to Wonderland.
Yeah.
right?
But then you're like, people are like, yeah, but that's great because you're spending family time.
100%.
But at what cost?
Exactly.
Right? Like long-term cost. That's what you have to think about. Right.
And so the ROI, and so, and then when I put faith first, the teachings there is to put family first, right? And so faith and family almost go hand in hand together.
Yeah.
Right. They will never contradict each other. Versus if you go the other way around, there 9 times out of 10 it will contradict each other. Oh, I'm not going to go to church. I'm going to go spend time. I'm going to go and do something with family, whatever. Anyway, so long story short, my priorities: faith, family, business. If I can give my whole heart to the Lord in my value, in my life system, my lifestyle, then everything else just makes sense and falls into play. I will put family first. I will put my body first. I will take care of myself. I will put on the mask on first. All the decisions that I make when it comes to business, it's going to be aligned with my family and faith. I'm never going to do anything to compromise the business, to compromise my standings with the community. So for me, faith is like, it just goes above and beyond just the foundation. It becomes the glue to every single decision that I make when it comes to friends, family, personal, healthcare, business, money. It just, it becomes me. I align there was a talk that talked about that. Is that it was the person, the doctor, when he was receiving the award, and and his name was going to get attached to President Nelson's name.
Yes. And so he changed everything.
So everything about him, because, well, like, my name is not going to be associated with this great man. I have to change the way that I practice stuff if I want these 2 names. So if I attached my name to the Savior, then everything that I do will be a result as of that. I'm going to be a better friend, a better husband, better podcaster, better deliverer of message, right? I'm going to become a better person when I attach my name to him. So for me, faith is huge.
So what does your faith self-care looks like? Because, it's like a lot of people say faith is like their number one, right?
Yeah. But then what do you do?
Exactly. What are the actions? Like what is it that you do?
It's daily. It has to be daily.
Yeah.
So for me, it's scripture studies. I got my scriptures and I got my come follow me over there.
You're like, funny you should say.
Well, I didn't know we were going to talk about that.
Right. That's why he prepped it right there.
You can't even see it. It's behind my back. So relax. I'm not putting it out.
He's like, there it is. I promise I do it.
There it is. So that is that. And then at nighttime, it's funny that I switch between, like, again, what I listen to and what I'm watching. I've started to add general conference to my commutes. So every day I have to do something to bring me closer to Christ.
Yeah.
That's how. And again, for me, morning studies works. For other people, I know it doesn't work because they're so groggy in the morning, because maybe or whatever, that they do it at nighttime. And they spend an hour studying their scriptures at nighttime.
That's so long. Sorry. To me, an hour, I'm like, oh my gosh.
You get lost.
An hour, I feel like I would. Don't get me wrong. I do spend quite a bit of time in scripture studies. Okay, never mind. I take that back. Go ahead.
You know what? I bet you anything that if you didn't have a time, because I bet you put a timer when you start scripture studies.
I do.
Okay, I bet you anything that if you don't have a timer, you would get lost. You'd be like, what the freak? An hour just went by.
Then I get anxious, and then I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's why I wake up early, so I can give myself an hour to study the scriptures in the morning.
You know what? I should say I do quite a bit of scripture study. I use timers because I do use different resources.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's how it looks like for me. What about you?
I do the same. I incorporate my morning routine as part of my faith. So I build my faith, I build my mind, and then I build my body. The
three-legged stools.
The three-legged stools right there, right? I know this man. I am at awe at how intelligent you are.
Do you?
We should have like a little glow behind you.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, and we can't tell here on the monitors, but can you see my aura through the screen, like the halo or the wings just sprouting out?
Oh my gosh!
If you can see it, just type it on the chat.
I can see it.
Let me know.
Look at him. This man. Look at him. I just, you know what? I thank you for giving me this opportunity.
My
Thank
daughter, I bless you.
you. Get on your pedestal. You understand?
I'm not. You know, I'm not sitting on a chair. I've been levitating the entire time.
Oh my gosh.
The chair's over there.
Oh, I know he's totally levitating. This man is. You know what?
The spirit has been holding me up this entire time.
What was it that it was online and people were talking about the great rapture? It was apparently when like some priest, somebody said that on a set date, people were going to be taken out of the world because they're so holy.
Yeah, yeah. We're not gonna mention the faith, but yes, I do remember.
Is it our faith? Just kidding.
No.
I'm like,
It was-
did somebody from our like? Anyway, but I'm like, you're still here, so I guess that didn't happen.
I decided to cancel the day.
It was all along. It was Miguel who actually created that rumor. Anyway, so yeah, back to my faith routine. I am with you. I have I have some favorite 5 F's, right? And the number 1 is faith.
You gotta change. You gotta give it a new
Why?
acronym.
It's 5.
I
have
used
my
it
5
once.
F's.
I used it once in a workshop. I'm like, I'm never using this again.
Whatever. Anyway, please, I've heard you use that multiple times. You're like, this is what I came up on.
Between us conversation, yes. In public, to like a bunch of teachers and principals, I go in like, let me tell you about the 5 F's.
Anyway, faith is very big for me. So what I do, develop a relationship with the Lord. I have seen a difference in the last couple of years that I've been doing it consistently. As of right now, my routine includes I get up, I do 5 minutes of meditation, then I head into 20 minutes of like come follow me, and then I do 5 to 10 minutes of Book of Mormon, and then I do 5 minutes of general conference, and then I finish it with my personal development.
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. That schedule gives me anxiety.
I know this schedule doesn't work for you.
I
I need structure. He likes a little bit more flexibility.
like the hearing 5 minutes of this, 5 minutes of that, 5 minutes of this, 5 minutes of that. I'm like
It works for me though.
yeah,
Eh?
it works for you,
Yeah.
and it's developed you into like this great being. But for me, my mentality, my personality,
You'd be so stressed
I'm just
out.
like I rather eat hot wax. Like
You know why though? It's just I use timers because there's a hard stop to what I need to do. Like a hard stop for me is 7 o'clock because that's when my kids are. They need to get to school. They need to have breakfast. They need to have all these set things done.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's an hour and a half that takes from my time.
Yeah.
And then following that, I have another routine. But anyway, I have to say, like, I 100% recommend taking care of your spirit because it will help you to be a better parent. It will help you with your career.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the impressions and feelings that I've been having have been aligned to what it is that I'm doing now.
There was a counselor, a prophet or an apostle. He was part of a government system, like a city council or something like that.
Okay.
And they used to start their meetings with prayers.
Yeah.
And he and even though he was a Christian, there were many members in his council that they weren't Christians or whatever, but they valued that they were seeking for
Further light and knowledge.
further light and knowledge
Yeah.
from whatever you believe in. Everybody was asking for the same thing, to help the city that they were a part of become a better community.
Yeah.
And so they were always pleading for for greater light and knowledge, right? And so he always started his things with a prayer,
Yeah.
right? And it was
It centers you. It allows you to refocus when you pray, right? And just even knowing that you have access to a being who loves you, who wants what's best for you,
Yeah.
and who sees everything. I always think back in the day, I used to watch novellas or Spanish soap operas, right? And these novellas were so messy. I no longer watch them because they were so incredibly messy. Anyway, I always used to say to myself, "Oh my gosh, if they knew that this and this was to happen, like they wouldn't be doing that and da 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 da." And then I started thinking, and I'm like, "Well, that's God. He knows everything that's going on, and why wouldn't I want to trust him and seek his guidance? Because then by his guidance, I can perhaps avoid certain situations that if I trusted my own thought processes, that can be cloudy, especially because my thought processes are influenced by my mood. They're influenced by how I feel. Sometimes like by the things that are going on around me. Like if I just allow that to guide me, I'm gonna be in a hot mess.
yeah.
So, a nice takeaway that I want to share that I did, that I am going to incorporate from General Conference was how to make my prayers more meaningful. Right.
Okay.
So there was a speaker that talked about prayers and making them more meaningful. And I do notice that sometimes I'm praying, don't even know what I said. I'm like kneeling and I'm like, wait, where am I? Like, what did I say? Oh my gosh. And then I get like, so the speaker talked about how have a moment of stillness, right? And then think about what is it that you want to be grateful for and what is it that you're seeking help for, right?
Yeah.
So I decided to incorporate that in the last couple of days because that talk was on Saturday. So Sunday, Monday, as soon as I wake up from my bed, I'm starting to think, okay, what do I want to be grateful to the Lord for? And then I think about like a few things. And then after I started thinking like, what is it that I need his help for today? And it was pretty great because today I was praying for like just help over this stuff that is a little bit challenging right now. And I kid you not, I opened my scriptures and I read a scripture and I felt something and like just tears, like even before I could catch up, like tears just flowed through my eyeballs because I'm like, oh my gosh, this answers exactly what I was asking.
Yeah.
Right? It was so anyway, I highly, highly recommend taking care of your spirit. It will help you in all areas of your life, your parenting, your career, life, being a better person.
Yeah.
Just showing up as a good human being towards all people, not just people that you like or align with your values.
Yeah. And again, it's part of the three, and I know I keep mentioning it back, whatever, something that I created, the three-legged stools. But one of the legs is spirit. Whatever's, and when I say spirit means inner peace. So whatever brings you that inner peace, whether it's faith and religion, whether it's meditating, whether it's like whatever, but there's a slew of things that you can do to bring comfort. Our choice of medicine is God, is faith, is scripture. And that's what's brought us that peace, right? But I know a lot of people that they go for a walk in nature. And even though they don't believe in necessarily organized religion, they feel connected with God every time that they see a deer on their walk. Every time they see a squirrel when the leaves falls, they recognize that these things have been put in their lives because of a greater being. And so for them, that works, right? And so for us, it is organized religion. It's church. It's going to church. It's the community of church. It's listening to the prophets. For us, listening to prophets, they see around the corners.
Yeah.
And so I've heard that term before, right? And for them to give you some advice, and when you follow that advice and it comes through, it brings us peace and comfort, right?
Oh my gosh, 100%. Like one of many of the things that I had takeaways from this past general conference is families and parenting.
Yeah.
President Oak's talk at the end when he addressed it to parents, I'm like,
There was a lot of talk about the
family
proclamation.
proclamation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know without a fact that there's attack in families,
And
right?
you know that they don't coordinate their talks, right?
I know. That's how you know that they're inspired, right?
Yeah.
But I know, like I've seen it, right? And I see how hard it is for families that are broken and kids that don't have access to their parents because their parents are going through difficulties or there's just so many things going on that they can't fully be there. I see that impact. And to have leaders that are telling us like to realign and to how to be a better parent, how to, feel empowered. I find that incredible. Anyway,
No, I know.
highly, highly recommend that talk.
So I do want to share something now that you mentioned about talks. Before I mention this thing, I also just wanted to throw it out there as well. It's just be mindful of number 10 we were talking about earlier, seasonal self-care.
Yeah.
So I know that we talk about routines. We talk about morning routines. We talk about afternoons, evening routines. Make them a priority, a routine or a schedule, whatever, but don't solder them together. Like make sure that they're still fluid enough for some form of adaptability based on the seasons.
Yeah.
And that is, I cannot begin to tell you how important that is because a summer schedule may look completely different than a winter schedule. Or a beginning of, if you have kids, a September schedule or a March break schedule, things like that. Or if you're on vacation and you travel a lot. So
even if you're comparing your schedule to somebody who perhaps their kids are much older, like if you're in the trenches right now with babies and toddlers and you're like, oh my gosh, how do they do it?
Yeah.
Well, whoever is that you're looking at potentially may not have kids in that life stage, right? So you can't compare because your life stage is different.
Yeah. So just it was one thing that I really wanted to discuss was that. So this whole thing about families in attack, check this out. Hang on. So Elias sent this to me. And somebody put on ChatGPT, if I was if the devil was to come and get you kind of thing, what would it look like?
Mm-hmm.
And so ChatGPT wrote this article
Okay.
saying, if I was the devil, here's my strategy.
Okay, let's hear the devil's strategy.
Honestly,
did it give you chills? You're like,
it's gonna scare you. It is going to scare you.
Go for it. Let's see.
Okay.
ChatGPT, if you were the devil, and maybe you are, if you were the devil, what would you do? And the answer that came back at me shook me in my shoes. I wouldn't waste my time trying to get you to worship me. No, I just convince you not to worship God at all. I'd tell you truth is relative. Your truth, my truth, until nobody knows which way is up. I'd whisper, as long as you're happy, it's right. I'd keep you busy. Too busy for prayer, too busy for church, too busy for crew. I'll put that one in. Too busy to ask eternal questions. I'd fill your hands with a phone so you'd never have time to fold them in prayer. I'd break families, get fathers absent, marriages bitter, and kids confused. If I can fracture the home, I can fracture the future. I divide the church, petty arguments, comparison, offense, celebrity culture. If I can get Christians fighting each other, they'll never fight me. I'd desensitize you. I'd glamorize sin in movies, normalize it in music, laugh at it in comedy, and celebrate it in culture until what once shocked you now entertains you. I'd attack your identity. I'd make you question who you are, where you belong, and whether you matter. I'd whisper shame so loud you can't hear God's voice of love. And through it all, I wouldn't even try to prove I exist. My greatest trick is to convince you I'm not real. Because if you don't believe I'm real, you'll never resist. Ask ChatGPT, if you were...
That's intense, man.
Insane, right?
That's so intense because it's like you see so many things that are happening right now.
The one that got
in
me,
our life.
yeah, the one that got me was like, I would fill your hands with a phone so you wouldn't fold your hands to prayer.
Well, we had in our stake conference, we had our stake president talk about with reverence and how members in our church, in our congregations are sitting and kind of scrolling through thing. And I see it sometimes, right? And I'm like, I think about how it's so easy to be distracted in a meeting. If you're distracted in a meeting, guess what? Whatever it is that you came for peace, you came for assurance, you came for like some type of hope, you're not going to be able to get it because your mind is distracted. Yeah. Right? So
you won't be able to hear his voice.
Exactly. And that's at the end of the day, I think this is such a personal question. Like, what is it that I'm doing that's deterring me from hearing his voice, especially if you feel far away from him, right? Yeah.
So,
guys, like again,
it's I'm so grateful that you mentioned it because again, when I did this research on self-care and whatever, I was just looking for topics, and so I went to chat and I said, hey, give me 20 discussion points, right? Actually, I didn't even say 20. I said just give me some talking points when it comes to self-care, and it spat out this 20 thing list, right? And so I'm like, okay, so I started doing some digging into all of this. And I'm not going to lie, I did glance over that spiritual one. I was like, really, like, I know it's part of the three-legged stool, but like...
How important is it? Yeah, come on, what happened to your thing that you created?
No, I know I created it. So when I teach it, it's
that I do it.
Like, no, I don't need you. And so I did glance over and I was like, okay, like, don't touch me. Don't touch me. You are not good for my mental health.
Sorry, you were talking spiritual.
So I'm grateful that you touch me, see what happens.
Oh man.
But I am grateful because it's such a huge now that we've discussed it into depth, it is such a huge, massive component into my well-being and just family relations and friendship relations. It realigns. Yeah, like I told, I gave a blessing yesterday, and this person is they're going for like some surgery or whatever. It's non-invasive, but in the blessing I was like, God is the perfect architect. He's a perfect engineer. He knows what's wrong with your body, and he will bless the doctors to give you that whatever. And so if he created me it makes so much more sense to go to him for a tune-up. Do you understand? And so
The perfect mechanic, right?
he is the perfect mechanic. He knows it. I was watching, this is years ago. I don't know if do you remember Star Trek? So Data, do you remember the character Data?
Yes. Is he the one that had like the...
No,
Oh.
that's a Forge.
Okay.
So Data is the robot guy.
Okay.
He wanted to be human.
Okay.
And so he realized in his quest to learning how to be human, he realized that one thing about humans is the ability to procreate or reproduce. And so he wanted to feel what it felt like to be a parent and to produce. So he created a robot. Her name was, I forget what her name was. Anyways, but in his program for her was that if she ever malfunctions, to always go back to the lab where she was created. And then there was this, not like a capsule, but like this thing where you just go in and then it would be reconnected to the machines. And then it would look at her program, it would look at her coding and just kind of like fix or whatever. So anyway, so he, the whole episode was like, should Data have done this or whatever? And then in the middle of like this show, she starts to malfunction. Like she starts to like feel all these emotions and whatever. And so she needed it. So automatically she just like, she went back to her programming. She went back into the lab and connected. And that's when Data came in and tried to fix her through coding and stuff. And that's who we are. Like he created us. And it is in our spiritual coding system to always go back to where we were created. And that is to the Father. And so for us, it is beyond important for us to kind of like do a tune-up with him, do a checkup, and let him work his magic. Let him reprogram us.
Preach. I don't even have anything else to add. Just end it here. Just press the button, man. Oh man, it's so good, right?
How powerful was that?
I know, and I just think about, I'm so grateful that we're able to talk about the spiritual things together and even share it with you guys.
Yeah.
Not always, sometimes it's uncomfortable to talk about things that are spiritual because you don't want to offend anyone. You don't want to come across like, I don't know, you just sometimes don't want to come across in any way that you feel uncomfortable with, right?
Yeah.
But it's so incredible to be able to talk about this and what makes us happy and what source we find our spiritual tune-ups and how we have become better parents and better people and how we get through our trials, right?
No, I know. You still need a lot of check. Like you still need a lot of work to get done. I don't know if I don't know if you can be fixed, to tell you the honest to goodness truth.
I can't be fixed, guys. Are you kidding me? Do you know? Never mind. Let me be humble. Let me be humble today.
Say it. See what happens.
Thank you so much for everybody that got a chance to join us. We are grateful for your presence with us. We hope that we said at least one thing that can help you in your own journey.
Well, I know that what I said was, there's more. I had to see it, pero with my last part, I think they disappeared. Hey. Might have a little bit tail. What? Buenos dias, guys. Love you, little bro.
Oh, you have to know her, your sister.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so. And then you have your niece.
She's like, say hi to me a lot. Hi, Ashley. Hi. She's dying to come on the podcast.
She totally should.
I can give you my word that is never happening. There are things that she will say and do that will get us canceled.
Deep dark secret.
No, it's not about the deep dark secrets. Her goal will be to get us canceled.
I look forward to that. That's gonna be a spicy podcast.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, guys. Love you. See you here next week.
Bye.
Peace.
Get a minute, don't know. Get a minute of your time. Get a minute of your. Let it.
Hush, you gotta live right, and I'm never gonna let you out of my side. I've been knocked out, was a nice try, but I guess I get to keep my head on this time. Part of the creation, the relations I've got, the only one that keeps me safe, the only one you should trust. For sure, it ain't right that I have checked the speck of dust from all of its side. Fall down, that from my height, cause I didn't see the plank I have in my eye. You yourself when no one's to be found. What keeps you is out, what takes you off your mind. Yes, you want this, I want this. Everybody in this, we should have it. Stop illusions, it's in your hands. Yeah, you better take the time to recognize it. You won't leave me even if I tried it. You're the artist in the mess and happily perform the new in your hands. I show that I live.